What is up? What is up? What is up, my YouTube friends? How are you guys doing tonight? I hope that you are doing absolutely fantastic. I hope everybody can hear me, and I hope I'm coming across live. If you're seeing what I think you're seeing behind me, this is not a green screen. This is really where I am. We are at a friend's vacation home, and it's right on a lake, and we're absolutely enjoying it. And this freaking place looks like NORAD at this point with all the crap that we brought in here. Because I don't want to just come on and live stream. I want to come on and live stream and make sure that we can answer all of your questions and do all that fun stuff that we always do on here every single Saturday night. And I can't do that unless I have all my equipment. So it was one heck of a thing to move it all. But man, we've got some folks in here tonight. The Chris is in the house. Chris Aconi, hello. It has been a minute. I saw Angela M had stopped by. I hope she's still around. Hello, Angela. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Who else do we have in here? Who else? I saw we had someone from Costa Rica. Dana Benz is in the house. Hello, hello. Alejandro Rodriguez from Costa Rica. Awesome, man. Thank you for coming by. I love it. I love it. Garrett Reviews. Super late. Still showed up. Awesome. Love to hear Jim Morales. Hello, hello, hello. Awesome to see you guys. So if you have any questions as it pertains to live streaming, please do me a big favor. And at Michael T. Panetta, that would be Tech Examined. What he does is he passes those questions on to the beautiful and fantastically lovely Monica, so we can bring up the Monica question cam, and I make sure to go through and answer every single question that we get on this live stream. So don't hesitate to make sure that you ask a question. Just know it will be answered. I will promise you that. So you just got to kind of hang in there. Sometimes I get a little long-winded, and if I do and I answer your question and you don't need me to talk anymore, just tell me to shut up and I'll move on to the next question. But they all get answered. I promise you that. Tende Leaky? Tende? I probably butchered that name, but it looks like he has a question. Irvin the Paid Tourist is in the house. Irvin, how you doing, brother? Where you at? Irvin is an over-the-road trucker, and he travels all over the country, does amazing things, and I always like to know where he's at. Jim Morales is in the house. Dwayne, hello. Port Alec, Vancouver Island. Man, I am almost in Canada. We are in upstate New York, very close to the Canadian border where we are located with this beautiful, amazingly gorgeous scenery in the background. I'm actually lit a bit better than I normally like to be lit because nobody really wants to see this. But I had to do it in order to be able to get that kind of view out that back screen. So I'm super excited about it. So let's see. Do we have a question? We do? We do. We apparently we have a question. So let's flip over to the amazing sandwich making Monica cam, and we will see what the question is. Here we go.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome. Glad you're here. We do have a question from Tunde Leak, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name as well. He has a question. He says, on OBS Studio, while streaming live to Facebook, I receive phone calls from my phone, but people watching complain about how low my conversation is. Any ideas or tips to help that, please?
All right, so he's streaming live on Facebook, right? And he gets calls.
Yeah.
On his cell phone.
But people are saying they complain about how low his conversation is, how low the voice is, I guess.
Okay. So how is he? Does it say how he's receiving the calls?
He just says, I receive phone calls from his phone.
Okay. All right, let's pop over here. So I might need a little bit of a caveat here. I'm not totally certain. How are you receiving if you're getting the calls like on your cell phone, are you just sticking it up to the microphone? Or are you, if you're going to take a call on stream that you want people to be able to hear, my recommendation would be for you to use NDI through Skype. And let me show you how to do that. We're going to move over to this one here. So you should take the call through Skype, and I'll show you how to do it. Let's say you don't even want your you don't need to use the video if you don't want to. Let me see. We're going to go to Skype here. And here's how you're going to take your call. I'm going to open this up here. And there it goes. There it goes. And I need to get my cell phone here. And I need to activate my other cam. Okay, so if I go onto my cell phone and I'm going to start my Skype. See, that's what I'm doing here. This is going to be fun. And we'll go to Meet Now. And we're going to start a call. And what we're going to do here is I'm going to just join the call with my cell phone right here. And we're going to join it.
Woo!
Okay.
That was
And I have
incredible.
to mute that. Thank you for the subscribe. I appreciate it. We're going to mute this one too. And we're going to turn this down. All right. And so what's going to happen here is this probably doesn't have my camera on it, which is fine. But we have the NDI here, so it doesn't really matter. So what I want to do is go into my screen here. What's up?
Tunde says he sticks the phone closer to the microphone.
Yeah, so he doesn't want to do that. You want to go in here, and we're going to go to a scene. Let's see. We don't need the display capture on there. We're going to cancel that. Scene. And we're going to remove the display capture here. Yeah, you're not going to get any kind of good audio just putting your phone up to the microphone. So you want to just run Skype. We're going to go to NDI source, and we're going to add an NDI source. Now you can just go to the source name and local Skype and OK. And if I were to, you can see here when I talk in, you can see it moving right here. Okay, so that's what's going on, and you just use that as Skype, and you put your camera in here. Let's see. So I would just go in to video capture. So your friend's video never has to come through on here. If you understand what I'm saying, your video can still be on here, and their video will never come through. You're just listening to their audio. And hopefully that helps you out, because honestly, you can't so now my audio would be coming through my regular microphone, and this NDI audio source would be your call. And they just call in on Skype instead of calling in on your phone and having you hold it up to the microphone and all that kind of stuff, because that just doesn't, that's not going to work. You're never going to get high quality audio or even audible audio if you do it that way. So I hope that answers your question. That's the cheapest, easiest way to do it. And Skype calls are free. They're all totally free. I have videos on how to do it. Let me see if I can find a video so that I can show you how to add Skype to your OBS. I just have to find my YouTube page here. I should have had this prepared, but it was a kind of a 5-hour drive to get here today, so it took a little bit of time. And I didn't really have as much time to prepare as I would have liked. So what I want to do is let me put that. Let me put a link to that video in here so that you can add Skype into yours. And you don't, like I said, you do not need to use your video. You don't need to use your video. You can just use your audio. Or you don't need to use your guests' videos, just use the audio. And this one should work, the iPhone webcam video. You know what, let's not use that one, because I don't want you to think you have to have an iPhone, or your guest doesn't have to have an iPhone either. You can have any phone, or any, they can use any phone or any call-in device. This video right here will show you how to set up your NDI Skype. Whitetown, hello, Pauline Newman, the YouTube angel, is in the house. Awesome. I want to take a moment here and mention these amazing folks over here. We've got Apps That Rule comes up first, Gemma, a whole bunch of others. My buddy Moss is awesome. He does scale modeling stuff. If you're into scale model stuff, or even if you're not and you want to check it out, I highly recommend it. There are links in the description to every single one of these amazing YouTubers that you could check them out anytime you want. If you're interested and you like what they do, subscribe. If not, move on. If not, move on. Do we have any other questions, Pumpkin?
We do.
We do. Let's go over to the Monica question cam and check it out.
Okay, we have a question from Garrett Reviews, and he says, I have never done a live stream because I am shy as bleep. How do I overcome that and just do it?
All right, so this is from
Garrett Reviews.
Garrett Reviews. Garrett, trust me, I totally understand. Man. Okay, so here's the thing about YouTube, and it's not just live streaming, it's videos too. And maybe even more so for live streaming. When you get on camera for live streaming, something's always going to go wrong. If you're the kind of person that's going to panic when something goes wrong and that sort of stuff, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. You have to accept it. Garrett, the best thing I can tell you to do is to go out there and go ahead. Man, this video capture device over here is driving me insane. Sorry. The best thing that I can tell you to do is to just do it. Just, because if you've never live streamed before and you don't have a huge audience on your channel, like how many subscribers do you have on your channel, Garrett, at this point? Because I mean, obviously, if you've got 150,000 subscribers and you put a live stream up there, you're probably going to get 50, 60 viewers. And if you're really nervous about it, well, it is what it is. The truth is that the best way to get comfortable on camera, especially in a live streaming circumstance, is just do it. A really good rule of thumb is to write out your bullet points for things that you want to talk about that pertain to your niche. And go ahead and live stream unlisted a couple of times and run through the live stream as if you were doing it live without any audience. And then when you feel like you're okay and you can do it, then go ahead and schedule a live stream and go public and just run through the same thing. And if you get anybody in your audience, make sure that you just say hi to them when they come into your chat room and start a conversation, ask folks where they're from, that sort of stuff. But generally, just go through exactly what you already practiced in unlisted live videos. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll get. Believe me, the first time I ever did live streaming, I was so nervous. Monica can attest to this. I was a freaking wreck. It was a really scary thing. And the more I did it, the more I chalked up all the nerves to just plain old excitement. And then once you pull off a successful live stream and you have a couple of guests and you get to interact with people, for that hour and a half after the live stream, you're going to be wired. You're going to be so excited. It's like this high that you get after you live stream, and it lasts for like an hour and a half. So it's definitely worth taking the chance and putting yourself out there to do the live stream if it's something you really want to do. I still get nervous. I mean, I was panicked before we did this one because there was so many moving parts and I moved my entire studio from one place to another. You just don't know what's going to happen, and something's always going to go wrong. So just remember that, Garrett, and also remember that whatever happens, happens. Tomorrow's another day, and you'll do it again, and you'll get better every time you do it. My first live streams were horrible. They just were, and yours probably will be too, but that's okay. The only thing that really matters is that you keep working at it and getting better. So he has 300 subscribers. So there's always a shot that maybe you get one or two people, but it could be people that you've already been interacting with in your chat or whatever. You can't really worry about it. You really just can't. If you're going to be a YouTuber and live streaming is a part of what you want to do in your strategy, then you just gotta kind of go for it. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll get. You're going to find, I know I did when I first started live streaming, that there would be some uncomfortable pauses, me waiting or me trying to wait for the chat. And you got to you got to do it long enough to develop what I call verbal tics that are conversation pieces that you can just throw in there anytime the chat gets a little slow and stuff. But Garrett, I totally understand where you're coming from. Just do it, and you'll get better at it. You'll be comfortable with it. We got another question, Pumpkin.
No, Garrett said thanks so much. I might try, thanks to you.
Garrett, I hope you do. I hope you do. I had a lot of success with other YouTubers on my, when I used to do my other thing with talking about, because one of my main philosophies was, interacting with as many of the people in your audience as you possibly can and getting comfortable. And, all of these folks over here, I've met pretty much all of them in person. You're going to find that YouTubers, especially if your channel's geared towards other YouTubers, man, they just want to learn. They just want to interact. They just want to have fun. They're going to give you a whole heck of a lot of leeway to make mistakes, because you know what? We all know as YouTubers, this shit's hard, man. This is not easy to do. It's not easy to put yourself out there. And that's why I never tell somebody their channel's bad. That's why I don't do that, because you know what? If you're willing to put yourself out there, that effort alone is more than most people are willing to do. And even if it is bad, at least you're working hard and you're trying to get better. And that's all that really matters. So just keep that in mind, man. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. Do we have another question? We have some more questions. Let's go to the Monica question cam. Here we go.
All right. This one is from Y-Town. Quick question. I attempted to live stream from OBS last Sunday, but the audio from my guest who was using Skype was echoed. Was it because my stream audio and his NDI audio were both being played, i.e. not muted?
Okay, so this is actually one of the most asked questions that I get. Let me flip over to my tutorial screen here really quick and see if I can kind of replicate what's going on. So if I add a camera in here, and can you just, Monica's going to look for this. Answer whether you're using a Windows or Mac, because both kind of do the same thing, but it does matter. So if I put a video capture device in here.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for the subscribe, Raphael. I appreciate that. I'm going to go with my general webcam. You know what? The color on this one is kind of funky. I don't know if you noticed that. Look at that. It looks a little green. I don't know what's up with that. I can kind of probably fix it, but I'm not gonna. So if you look here, this is a video capture device. It is not producing any sound.
Windows.
Okay, so he's using Windows. All right, so what Windows does, let me show you here. I'm going to unhide all of these. Sometimes Windows puts a default device in your audio mixer, and that default device could be anything. It literally could be the microphone on your desktop or whatever. But let's say I did this. Usually my video capture device, especially on Windows, gives me audio. I think I might have turned it off on here. Or either that, or it's possible that this particular, capture audio only. So I can capture that. Usually always when you add a video source, it adds audio. And then if I went in here and I added a Skype NDI source, and I think I turned off my Skype, so I don't have any. But if I went in here and I added a Skype NDI source, we'd have the NDI source. And that might be receiving my microphone if I don't mute it specifically on the device. And you probably don't want to mute it specifically on the device for the simple reason that if you mute it on the device, then your guest can't actually hear you. They have to wait for the stream to be able to hear you. So using the NDI source audio is probably your best bet. It's still getting your speaker. It's still not going out and coming back. You're still going to get pretty good quality audio. So what I would recommend is I would add each individual NDI source, and I would add the individual NDI sources, meaning yours and your guests, and I would make sure that I muted every other source in here. And if you have two, sometimes I've seen this happen too. Sometimes both NDI sources are the same, which really sucks because you don't know when this is going to happen and when it isn't. So that means that when you bring your guests in, he could have your audio and his audio in the same one. So if you're still getting the echo when you have two NDI sources, mute one of the NDI sources and just leave the one audio source. The best rule of thumb is to mute everything and just start with one item and see what your audience responds to. And Garrett, by the way, this is part of the whole everything always goes wrong, so just be prepared. But yeah, what's up, honey?
said, I believe my Windows system audio. Are you going to put me on camera?
Oh, hold on. I'll put you on camera. Sorry. Here we go.
Okay, White Town responded and he said, I believe my Windows system audio, what I would hear if my speakers were playing, plus his Skype NDI source were both going at the same time, so I agree with your synopsis. I didn't think until after the fact, he said.
The other thing you want to make I don't know if you heard that. I don't know how I have it set up. The other thing I want to make sure that you are aware of is if you're not wearing headphones, it's automatically going to feed back in and cause an echo. And by the way, do you guys hear me at all when I go to Monica Cam? I'm interested to know. If you guys are hearing me, good. If you're not hearing me, I can adjust that. We'll see. Sometimes because I'm sitting 20 feet away, my audio will feed into her audio, which will feed into my microphone, and it'll cause a big mess. So just let me know what you're actually hearing. Do we have another question?
We do have a question.
Here we go. Hold on.
You have a question? It's actually from Chris Aconi. Hi, Chris. It's good to see you. Chris is in the house. He says he's new to streaming, and he's joined a couple streams through Streamyard, and he seems quite choppy with the audio not synced. Then it says PC, Streamyard, YouTube on far end. I'm not quite sure what that means.
Okay,
But-
so he's joining. Sorry.
He's joining a couple streams through Streamyard.
So you're joining streams as a guest in Streamyard, and you're getting choppy audio. Have you ever done like a full live stream from your internet connection? Do you know what kind of actual speed you have on your network connection? Let me kind of show you what I mean. So if you do a stream in OBS, and you can just test this out, but if you're doing a stream in OBS and down here in the bottom corner, you're getting, when you're live, you're getting dropped frames and that sort of stuff. That is always a sign that your internet connection is really struggling to keep up with the stream. If you're getting up here, average time to render, if you're getting frames missed due to render lag or skipped frames due to encoding lag, that is almost always associated directly with your machine not being fast enough. Because your machine, as far as StreamYard goes, is pretty much doing exactly nothing, and you're getting choppy audio, I'm guessing that either you've got a bad microphone in some way, or it's not connected properly, or it's something like that, or you're having a connection problem and StreamYard is not actually physically receiving your audio or your video stuff fast enough. So those are the two things that I'd look at. I'd maybe try a different mic. I know you, Chris, you have a few different mics. Maybe try a different mic next time, and see if that helps you out. Sometimes these microphones on these webcams suck. So if you're just using your webcam microphone, try to use a separate USB mic or something and see if that helps you out. I have to, and you know what? I didn't even put the tutorial screen on, so you couldn't see what I was talking about. Let's go over here really quick. Down here in your bottom rung, if this shows right here that you're dropping frames, that is on your connection. So that means your internet connection isn't fast enough to handle it. If you show dropped frames up here and skipped due to encoding, that means your machine is not keeping up. So if you just test a stream through OBS, unlisted or private, you can kind of throttle your internet connection to see where you're at with that. Hopefully, Chris, that answers your question. I'm guessing my upload is 2 megabits per second. Yeah. That means that you could theoretically stream. Well, put it this way. My internet connection is 25 megabits per second, and I still have audio issues occasionally. So 2 megabits per second. Personally, in my personal opinion, the slowest internet connection that you should stream with would be 5 megabits per second up, because that means that you can set your encoding rate at about 2500, and you can get 1920 by 1080 at a reasonable bit rate. So 2 megabits per second might just be on the slow end, and that might be what's causing the actual problem. I think we might have found your culprit, Chris. Let's see. Do we have another question? Let's go here to the Monica cam and see.
Chris actually just responded. He said, I may try a different mic. It was the webcam mic. I may also try a standalone private stream. The OBS test looks like a good one to try.
Cool.
Okay. Our next question is.
Hold
Oh,
on.
I'm sorry.
I messed up. I want to say hi to Genevieve. Hello. Dana. Hello. It is awesome to see you. Surya Parkish Rayo N. I butchered that. I have no doubt, and I apologize, but it is awesome to see you. Did anyone else pop in that I missed? If I missed you, I apologize. Juan Francisco, Puerta Ibarra. Hello, Juan. It is awesome to see you. Everyone comes in here with these really long names because I know they want me to butcher them. So you are welcome. You are welcome. I love you guys. Just please know my names are horrible. The Jamin Show's in the house too. Wow, you guys are awesome. Thank you for coming by. Thank you. Let's go to the Monica question cam and see if we have another question.
And we do. This question is actually from Dana. She says, hello, Michael. I have been following your videos for a couple weeks now. I have set up OBS Mac SWB audio capture, but I am unable to get sound. I have reinstalled SW several times.
SW. What is SW?
I don't know. She's SWB audio capture. She says, I've set up OBS Mac SWB audio capture.
All right, Dana. You know, here's the thing. I'm not on my Mac because I'm on my PC. Let me show you. I stream on my PC because of the same reason that you're having so many problems, and that's because Mac is just not set up to live stream. But what I'm assuming that you're talking about, there are two different things that you have to do when you're setting up your audio for Mac. Excuse me, my nose is itchy. You have to set up the the iShowU device. So all you have to do to set up the iShowU device is to install it, and the information that I give you tells you how to install it. Thank you, Garrett. Thank you so much. That's awesome. I don't know if my widgets are working on my tutorial screen, but I have to check that out. But the iShowU, there's nothing to do other than install it, and then you have to set up your aggregate device. And that aggregate, what I want you to do is message me on Twitter. Let me go back to my main camera here.
Whoa, that's
this
awesome.
is my
Thank you.
Garrett. That is awesome. You are amazing. Thank you. And look, the coin thingy's working again. Woohoo! I want Garrett. Damn it, Dana. Dana, I want you to message me on my Twitter. It's listed right down here. And I will send you screenshots of how to set up the aggregate device, and I'll walk you through it. But let me flip back over to the tutorial. Now, in the Mac version, you're going to have to go down here and set this up. And it's similar to this. It's just different. It'll say iShowU device, and it will have that aggregate device, whatever name you set it up. You have to physically select that over here in order for it to work. Okay? And it won't be over here. It will be up here in the bar up top. There'll be a little volume button. You just drop that down and you select your aggregate device. And then when you go in here and you add your audio input capture, you're going to select that aggregate device as well. You're going to go in here and you're going to select that aggregate device. And if you do that, it should work. But I want you to message me on Twitter, because I know that you messaged me in one of my in the comments, and I tried to help you, but I'll be able to walk you through it through Twitter if you just direct message me, and I promise you I'll get to you.
Her last message, you can look at that.
Let's see. iShowU has been depreciated, so I have to use SMB. SWB. iShowU. I have set up MIDI and aggregate device. Okay, so I don't know. I'm not super familiar with SWB. So what I'll do is maybe I'll take a quick look at that and see if there's something out. But my guess is there's something missing with your aggregate device, or you're not using that drop down to set it up for your stream. So let's see if I can't walk you through that. So message me on my little Twitter box and we'll get you hooked up. I'll send you some screenshots. We'll get you all set. And let's go to the Monica can. How many questions am I behind?
You have 2.
I have 2.
Yep.
All right. Look, I'm keeping up.
You're keeping up.
All right, there she is. I want to say hi to Foot Replay, by the way. I don't know if anyone can hear me. If you can't hear me, I want to say hi to Foot Replay.
Michael says hi to Foot Replay.
Thank you.
Okay, question from Garrett Reviews. He says, second question, if you are really into a niche and you start watching videos that are related and maybe even become friends with some of the YouTubers in the same niche. I don't know what the question is specifically, but that's a comment that he made. Does that tie back to something you had discussed with him before?
I don't know. That doesn't. Where is the Twitter box? Oh, God. Okay. I don't know what the question is, but I can tell you this. It's very, very rewarding to the Twitter box is right here at FEYRERM. You just message me on Twitter, direct message me there, and I will get with you. Okay, so it's very rewarding. One of the most rewarding thing that I've done as a YouTuber is to have the opportunity to interact with a lot of people. Now, granted, I will tell you, I didn't interact with a lot of people in my own personal niche. I was just interacting with everybody. But folks like Pauline Newman, Tech Examine, Jay Littman, Cody Warner, Apps That Rule, all these guys I've met with and interacted with in person. It is by far the most amazing experience that you can ever have. If you have an opportunity to get these people on the phone, or even better yet, go and visit them and talk to them, I highly recommend it. And get a couple of these guys in a little group, create a Hangouts or a Twitter instant message group or something like that. Interact with them and work with them to help. They'll help make you a better YouTuber. They can look at what you're doing with your thumbnails. They can watch your videos before you put them out and say, that sucks. You should do this. You should try this. Everybody always has really good ideas on what people should do on their channel. Sometimes it's not as easy to come up with what you should do on your own channel. My group is always giving me help and direction, because sometimes when you're doing your own stuff, well, it's just hard to see. It's hard to know what's really good and what's really bad because you edited it. You think everything you edit is good. And then my guys dig in and they tell me I suck, and then I go fix it, and it's always better. So if you have a chance to create a group like that, I highly recommend that you do. Is there a follow-on to the question?
There's additional questions.
Oh, we have additional questions. Well, let's go to the Monica question cam and hook that up. There we go. Hike with Mike is in the house.
Hike with Mike is in the house, yes. Juan Francisco has a question. He says, if I have a low-end PC and I want to have guests in my stream, would you recommend using OBS with minimal settings or use a service like Restream.io?
All right, so personally, if I owned a PC especially that wasn't up to snuff and I wanted to live stream with guests, I'd probably use Streamyard. I think personally Streamyard is the best application that you can pay for out there for adding guests, and it has some other features that are pretty cool. Another option could be Ecamm. Ecamm feels like it takes up a smaller footprint than OBS does. And if you're struggling to run OBS, Ecamm might be a good choice for you because it seems like it takes up a smaller footprint. It does almost everything that OBS does, and it has a built-in Skype piece that makes it really easy to add guests. I just did a video on this week. I'm really super excited about Ecamm now. I think it's more beneficial maybe to Mac folks who always struggle to live stream, but it can't hurt to download the free trial for Ecamm and check it out and see if it fixes some of the problems that you're having, because you can still use things like widgets and stuff like that with Ecamm that you can't use for StreamYard. Now, I like Restream.io for adding guests and stuff, but I don't feel like the product is quite fleshed out as much as StreamYard is. So if just streaming guests is all you want to do, and you're going to pay for one software or the other anyways, I think StreamYard right now is a better choice because it's just a more fleshed out product. But check out Ecamm first if you want to have a more dynamic stream and see if that will work for you. And there's the link. I just popped it in there. Oh, Genevieve, is Ecamm a Mac only software? Well, then forget what I just said. If you like Restream.io better than StreamYard, then use that. Personally, for myself, I would probably use StreamYard just because I feel like it's better supported, it's farther along in its development, it gives you more options, and when you pay for it, it gives you the exact same features that Restream.io would give you paying for it as well. Although the thing is Restream.io doesn't have any restrictions on, on how long you can live stream on the beta or anything like that, and you can add up to 5 guests for free. So I guess theoretically you could get away with using Restream.io and just add guests and deal with the goofy watermark if you wanted to. So I can understand if that's the direction that you would go. It makes sense because I might make that certain choice too if I didn't have the budget to pay for it. But if I had the budget to pay for it, the best browser-based live streaming thing that I know of right now is probably StreamYard. So there you go. I hope that helps you. That was a little bit convoluted. Sometimes it takes me a while to get to the point because I'm a bubblehead, but we do the best we can. Do we have another question?
Yes, we have another question. Am I on?
You are on.
I am on. We have a quick question from Surya Prakash, and the question is Streamlabs better or OBS better?
Oh my goodness. Streamlabs or Stream? Okay. This is what it boils down to, doesn't it? Hike with Mike, by the way. Hello. Nice to see you, my friend. Who is the question? Surya Prakash. I like that. If she pronounced it wrong, it's not on me this time. Surya. Personally, I use OBS, and the reason why I use OBS is because Streamlabs is exactly the same as OBS with a pretty wrapper on it. So anything that you can do in OBS Studio, you can do in Streamlabs OBS. Some people like the interface better. My son live streams. He's a Twitch streamer, and he's been doing it for a long time. He uses Streamlabs, and he loves it. For me, because I started out on a Mac and having the smallest package possible in order to do the live streams that I wanted to do was really important. Plus, at the time, StreamYard wasn't available on Mac anyways. I just got so comfortable with OBS that that's what I use. I do, however, have Streamlabs on here. I do understand how it works, and I do like the configurability of it and all that kind of stuff. It does have some great features, but I'm just so ingrained in using OBS that that's kind of the direction that I go. So I personally lean towards OBS Studio, but that doesn't mean that Streamlabs isn't the right choice for you. If you feel like it's easier to use and you have a machine that's powerful enough to run it, then it's perfectly fine. It's essentially the same software with a pretty wrapper on it, basically. So I think you can't go wrong either way. Let's go to the Monica Cam and get the next question.
Next question is from Foot Replay. Hello, a question from Brazil. Do you know if it's possible to have a video conference type Zoom or similar more locally without the need for internet to use in his company?
So we're talking. All right, so we're talking just a local network kind of thing. Man, everything I know of that's used in a corporate environment right now is pretty much internet based. I believe the company that I used to work for, we used Skype, and then I think they've moved to Microsoft Teams. There was also Zoom in there, but you're looking for something that just stays on the local network and never leaves the local network. Man, to be honest with you, I don't know of a software that does it. I'll bet you there's something out there, but I don't know exactly what it is. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure how beneficial it would be. I mean, it's more secure. There's no question. It's definitely more secure. And if you're worried about security, Zoom seems to continue to have all kinds of problems with that. But you'd end up having to hire a tech or something like that to run the servers that would so we're talking tech and servers in-house in order to be able to run something that can pretty much be done out on the internet for nothing. McDavies, thank you. So you're talking about having to do that. I'm not sure whether you'll see value in that at the end of the day when you really talk about what it's going to cost you to do something like that. And I'm not aware of any specific software right now. But maybe something like Teams or Skype is probably, especially if you're concerned about Zoom, it might be a better choice for your in-house stuff. I wish I had a better answer. Is it better? Go ahead, honey. I'm sorry. Here goes the Monica Cam.
Question from Garrett Reviews. Is it better to live stream or just upload a video for getting market share?
Okay. This is an awesome question, Garrett. I love this question because it shows that you're thinking of ways to grow your channel and trying to understand how to reach your audience. So here's what I'm going to tell you. I used to have a very, very popular live stream. I live streamed every single day at 10 a.m. and I would get all kinds of people on there. And I found that because my live stream wasn't focused specifically on a niche and I was just getting on there and entertaining people and having a good time, it was very negative for myself, for my content, which was the main focus of my channel. And to be honest with you, it wasn't very good for the people who were visiting my stream either, because it just became a big, I watch you, you watch me. It was bad. That kind of activity on any live stream is bad for everybody. So with that being said, I think it's much, much, much more difficult to build a live streaming channel around a specific niche because YouTube treats live streaming content differently, sort of, once it's released. Whereas when you create a video and you set up all the SEO and all that stuff, it has a chance, if the click-through rate is high and the average view duration is high, and the video is what your audience is expecting when they watch it, or the audience. If you have those three things in there, YouTube's going to share that, and that content is going to become constantly viewed. A live stream just doesn't have that happen very often. Mr. Tech Exam and Michael T and I had a conversation about this just this week, because last week's live stream ended up getting almost 200 views after the fact. I've been live streaming for a really long time, and I've never seen that happen. And it's definitely a testament to how amazing this audience is. So I want to definitely say thank you guys for creating the opportunity for me to get that many views after a live stream is born. But just so you're aware, that's not normal. That's unusual. To get 5 or 10 views after a live stream is finished is unusual. So a channel where all you're doing is live streaming is a very, very difficult task, because your videos only get views when you're live, and when you're not live, you're not making any money. You're not getting any views, which make money. You're not able to. It's really hard. I recommend that you make videos around the content that you love and you care about. And when you develop an audience to the point where you want to communicate with them directly and have fun and interact and talk to them, you go live stream every once in a while and you talk about the subject of your niche, and you have fun and you answer their questions and you get to know them a little better. For me, a live stream is like a way to touch base with the people that enjoy what you're doing, interact with them, get to know them a little better. And in my case, I use it to answer as many questions as I can and have a lot of fun. But as far as just live streaming as part of your strategy, if you're doing that, I don't think it's a good strategy. And that's me personally. Doesn't mean I'm right, but that's my opinion. I would definitely not go full-time, all-time live streaming, especially on a niche. It's not going to help you because those videos are dead the minute that they're done, and except for in pretty rare circumstances. So I really hope that that answers your question. I really do. Do we have any questions? There's one more question. Let's go to the Monica cam.
This question is from Tamuda TV. Hi from Morocco. Which is best, vMix or Streamyard?
Well, my goodness. Tamuda, hello. Which is best? I don't know anything about vMix. I haven't checked it out. So obviously it's one of the browser-based live streaming tools that I've missed. So I'm going to have to check it out. I will say this. I'm very familiar with Streamyard. I've done a whole bunch of videos on Streamyard. And I think it's a pretty well done product. It's pretty well fleshed out, and it does a lot of really cool things. As long as you're not looking for a full featured live stream where you're going to be adding widgets and things like that, I think StreamYard is a fantastic product. I definitely will have to check out vMix and get to know a little more about it, so I can totally answer your question. But I will say this. I'm a big fan of StreamYard. I think they do a really nice job, and if you're adding guests to your live stream, man, it's really hard to go wrong. It really is. Monica Cam is awesome. She's cool. Thanks so much. Well, Garrett, I'm telling you, and she makes beautiful sandwiches. Amazing. Hold on. Let's see what she has to say. There you go.
It always comes back to the sandwiches. What can I say?
It does. Man, I don't know why you're so washed out. Man.
I don't either.
Did you get a lot of extra sun today?
I must have. I feel fine though. So
let's see if we can fix this. I'm going to go into filters. Entertain the audience while I do this.
Okay.
Is that better? I don't know. It's you know what? Here's the worst part. I'm going to tell you something right now, guys. Here's the worst part, and they probably can't hear me. Here's the worst part about that. I don't have any lights on her. I have 3 lights shining directly on me, and look at how nicely lighted I am. I don't have any lights on her, and she looks totally washed out. Do you guys want to know why that is? Because webcams suck. Okay? That's the bottom line. The webcam that she's using is a high quality webcam. It's one of the most expensive webcams that you can buy. And it sucks. Because it just doesn't, it sucks. Because trust me when I tell you, she's not that white, okay? She's white, don't get me wrong, but she's not that white, you know? So there you go, if you're wondering. Do we have any other questions?
There's a comment.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay. Eric writes, what are you using today? And I don't know if he's speaking to you or if he's speaking to somebody in stream. So if I took that out of context, I apologize, Eric. But what are you using today, honey?
Today, I'm drug-free. Because I had to drive 5 hours. But if you're asking about equipment, I am using the camera is a Sony a6500. The microphone here is a Sennheiser MK E600, I think. I love this microphone. The microphone that Monica is using with the Monica Cam, I did a review on that microphone. That is the, what's the name on that microphone, honey? So I get it right. Yeah, it's the Fifine T669. It's an exceptionally good microphone. I believe it's $75 on Amazon. I can show you the video where I review it. As far as streaming software goes, I am using OBS. I see your question was modified there. I'm using OBS software. This is a different window of OBS software, but OBS is what I tend to use anytime I have the opportunity because it just makes it so much easier for me to do all the things that I want to do. I also use, I have Streamlabs opened so that I can, it's supposed to be open. It's not actually showing it, but it is open somewhere. And the Streamlabs, what that enables me to do is if you look, oh boy. See, Garrett, something always goes wrong, brother. But that's so that you can see right down here, these at the bottom. I'm showing you, and then I'm not actually showing you. Like last subscriber, top donation, last donation, those kind of things. Use Streamlabs labels to update those. Streamlabs is where all the widgets come from, except for my awesome countdown widget, which I get from a friend of mine who has a different site that does widgets. But that's why I use OBS. It's just, I love it. I love it. I do occasionally use something like Streamyard if I just want to use guests and stuff like that. I don't want to have all the complexity. I just want it to go right. When you just want something to go right, you use simple software that works, and Streamyard, I feel like, is the best software out there for just simply adding guests. So there you go. I hope that answers your question. Did we answer the question? Should we go? Let's see what Monica's up to.
What I'm up to?
There you go.
Nothing.
Oh, you're stuck. No, wait, hold on. Yep, you're stuck.
I'm stuck? I'm frozen?
Your camera's, oh, there we go. See what happens with those expensive webcams, guys?
Are we better?
No.
No?
No. We can hear you, so
Okay.
you're just like Mr. Roboto over there. I don't know. What's it doing? There. I'm just resetting the camera. There we go. Look at that. Now it's reset. It still looks horribly washed out, but it's moving. You're up.
Are we better? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, there's a comment here from Michael T. He says, he said you're welcome for breaking your shoes for months to get you to give StreamYard another chance.
Yes, he did. He did. Oh. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let me explain that. Okay. I hated StreamYard when I first used it. I really did. I really did. And mostly it's because I was on this kick where I don't want to pay for software, and I don't want this, and I don't want that, and it's so simple, and you don't get any layouts, and blah, 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 blah. You know what? The more questions I answer, and the more I interact with my audience, and the more guests that I get, and the more I experiment with all of the other softwares out there, the more I realize that StreamYard has so much to offer to a new live streamer who just wants to stream guests and put together a professional looking broadcast. Pay the stupid $20 a month, and you're going to put together a professional live stream, and you're going to be happy, and you're going to be stress free. If you're not streaming guests, maybe it's not a priority for you, but if you're streaming guests, man, I'm telling you, StreamYard is just kind of the way to go. It kind of is the way to go. I love it. So Michael T had to beat that into my head before I finally came to terms. Because you know what? Sometimes I just like to do things the hard way. I'm just stupid like that. So there you go. That explains Michael's comment. All right, Monica, do we have any questions?
I'm back up. We actually have some comments, and I think these are related to the same thing. It's regarding the Monica Cam. From Genevieve, who says, so why are you not using a phone for the Monica Cam? And Dwayne, who says, what kind of webcam is it? Have you gone into the webcam settings before the live stream? So I think they're trying to help you fix me.
I don't have enough time to fix her. Not on this live stream. But I'll fix you later, woman. Yeah, I didn't put any webcam software on here. It's an HP webcam. I tried to fix it in the webcam filters, but to be honest with you, because this is a one-time deal where we're sitting here at this particular unique location. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm at a lake house. So I'm at a unique location where I didn't have, my lighting set up optimally, and I'm not in a studio. And there's probably actually a lot of echo in here. I don't know. Hopefully my microphone sounds good, but that's why I didn't spend a whole heck of a lot of time on it. But plus, it's really difficult even for the webcam to screw up her natural beauty. You know what I'm saying? It's really hard to do. Natural beauty is, it just is what it is. So I didn't spend a lot of time dicking around with her camera. So I apologize, but I will fix her. I'll fix her wagon later. Do we have another comment? Hold on, let's go. Hold on. Here we go.
Oh, we have one more question at this point in time from Eric. He says, "Are any wireless mics any good for live streaming? Thanks for all your help."
Wireless mics. Well, Eric, I have a couple of wireless like lapel microphones for I have a wireless lapel microphone that I've used a couple of times that plugs directly into my camera. I believe it's from Fifine. It's a K something or other. I think I have a video for it. You can search for in my content. And if I'm being honest, no, that microphone is not the solution. I don't have a lot of other wireless microphone solutions, so if I've heard people having success, you know how this is the AirPods have a microphone on the thing, you know, the wired ones have a microphone on here. Well, the regular AirPods actually have microphones built in here, and I've heard of people using those for their live streams, and they're not actually horrible. They're not actually horrible. So that might be something to try. What's the there was another one that I saw. Jaybird makes some nice wireless headphones that have microphones built into them. That's something to try instead of like a lapel microphone. But I don't have a lot of experience using wireless microphones for my live streams. So unfortunately, that's pretty much the best that I have for you. And I'm gonna toss it to the Monica cam. Her sister's cahoodling.
We are cahoodling over here. Yes. Why? What's up?
I don't know. What's up? Is there any questions?
Let's see. We have some YT Smoothie GBMT Gaming says, "Can I ask a question?" Absolutely, YT. Bring it on.
Bring it on.
Bring it on.
Bring it on to the Monica question cam.
Yes.
And also, we should say, Genevieve made a comment that that's a plus for you because more sandwiches for you.
Oh, see? No more sandwiches.
All right. Well, we're waiting for YT Smooth to ask a question. Do you have channel moderators? Dwayne, I absolutely do. We have Pauline Newman, the beautiful YouTube angel, and I believe Mr. Michael T. Panetta is in the house this evening. He is from Tech Examined, is also one of my channel moderators, and I also have some others that pop in from time to time. From time to time, Dwayne. So I do have a couple. We're still waiting for YT Smooth, VYGMT GBMT Gaming. I have an Elgato that will not update on Mac. Interesting. I have an Elgato as well. I use it to connect to my A6500, and it's like Domo Arigato, Mr. Roboto. See, this is what you get, okay, honey?
Yes.
I'm going to shame you on camera right now. That wasn't even me.
You know, I don't know a whole lot about this techie stuff, so when I see humor, I just make it. Sorry.
Why? You know what? And look at this. This is like creeping off the edge too. Your camera's not even fitted to the screen.
Jeez, man, you didn't do it right.
I didn't.
Didn't do it right.
Hold on. Let me transform and fit to screen. There we go. Oh, that's even worse. All right. I'm just gonna. There we go. How's that? Beautiful. All right. Let's go back to the main screen. I don't even know what happened there. What was the question? Oh, I have an Elgato that will not update. So I don't always update my Mac OS because they seem to like to do stupid things like change everything and then equipment doesn't work. But I don't know if you say you have an Elgato, but I don't know which one are you using. Is it the HD60? Is it just the Cam Link? Or what exactly Elgato are you using? Because I've never had any problems with my Cam Link, but from what I understand, there are certain versions of the HD60 that just don't work on the new Mac OS yet, and I don't know of any fixes for it either. So if you have one of those HD60s that doesn't work on a Mac, I can't help you, unfortunately. It sucks, but it's kind of true. There's Gemma! What's up, Gemma? DSFM Radio is in the house as well. Do you know any other good widget websites? Oh, man. Hold on a second. Let me find it here, and I will show it to you. Because this guy, he's also helped me out, and he's kind of going to help me work on a widget thing. Let me see. This is in scintillating TV watching. I know. I'm sorry, but I just have to. I want to find it first before I go, and take us there, because I don't want to accidentally go to the wrong page and have some women with their boobs hanging out or something, like, you know. We want to be very careful about where we go for our live stream. And like, here it is. All right. And this is the place right here. Hold on, let me flip over to my tutorial screen. And right here, this is where I go to when I want to do things like add countdowns and all that stuff. You'll see my my main widget is the countdown one, like that I use at the beginning of my live stream. So they have all different kinds of countdown ones that you can use. Super cool. I think I use something pretty similar to that. I used to use this one here. I love these widgets. These guys are awesome. This is Enter Media, and he's a really good guy as well. He's helped me out in the past when I've had a couple of issues and stuff like that. So it's ecard.enter-media.org, and as far as I know, he has 2 different locations. One of them has some paid widgets, and the other one is free widgets. And I love this guy. He does a really nice job. So check out his channel if you want to see some other third-party widgets. He does, animated overlays, text widgets, all that kind of stuff. And a lot of these widgets, I'm just going to let you know, are kind of gauged towards game streamers and stuff. And I'm trying to work with him a little bit to broaden his horizons. So we'll see what happens. But there you go. Those are third-party widgets that I use. Do we have any other questions, Pumpkin? Yes. Oh, here we go. It's funny because the only time Monica uses a Mac is when she's using my Mac to do this live stream. That's what she's doing over there. So she's never used a Mac before at all. Let me take a quick look at which Black Magic one are you using? What do you mean you're frozen?
I'm buffering bad.
You're buffering? Monica is buffering. Hold on, let's go to Monica Cam. All right, there we go. back on
That
you?
might better.
Yeah, there it goes. There goes Monica Kim. Genevieve said, "See, Garrett, you see what I'm saying? Everything goes wrong. Everything." Anyway, what was the? Oh, she asked about the black
Yes.
magic. Did you happen to mention which black magic? Did you hear anything she said? Um, Genevieve, she was basically telling me that you're having problems with your black magic capture card, and I'm not super familiar with capture card for Mac. Oh, basically what I was saying is that she doesn't really know anything about Macs at all, so she doesn't realize that the actual network connection she's using, we can see and hear her. Okay, let's go. Oh, and she's back. I do what I can. Send me your Mac, and I will send you back a video of me fixing it with a 20-pound sledgehammer. Dwayne, hey, there's a guy who understands. So, are we talking about the ATEM, the Black Magic ATEM? I don't have the only cap card, the mini recorder. Okay. Let me take a quick look. Black Magic mini. Let's take a quick look. So, holy poop, these are the Ultra Studio Mini, Deck Link Mini. My audio is lagging. Why? Why? Let's see. We're not dropping any frames. We're not skipping any frames. But it looks like, are we good now? Ultra Studio Mini Recorder. Okay. Black Magic. Ultra Studio Mini. Here it is. Mac issues. Let's see what we get here. Am I still lagging? That's what mine does. Are we still lagging? Because it's definitely not a connection problem, and we're not dropping any frames. So good. Yeah, I'm just playing. That was just me messing around. Are we good? Is the audio back to normal? Are you getting? Is it not being? Oh my goodness. What's that?
It's just a big time lag.
Well, I'd have to go in to. It might be. I have to go in to my volume properties and see if active. It could be something going on my machine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill this. I'm going to kill this. And let's see if that fixes it. What do you think? Are we back? All right. We're back. We're back. All right, Genevieve, are you a 3-second lag?
Audio's not lining up, Michael says.
It's not sync. What the heck? Oh, okay. So I fixed it. All right. There was something that was running in the background that I think was causing the issue. Okay. So, Genevieve, is the problem that it's not connecting properly at all, or what's it doing? Because I don't know. Mini recorder. Black Magic issues. Mini HDMI. Uninstall and reinstall it. What's that?
I think it's still lagging.
Oh, it's still lagging. Darn it. Well, the only way for me to fix that is to go into and go to Me Video. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute that then. Is this going to How are we doing there? Is that better? Are we more lined up? Are we aligned properly? Or are we still having some weird sync issues? And let's see. So it's not connecting. Routinely. So it seems like there's a problem possibly with the Thunderbolt 2 or Thunderbolt 3 adapters in using the Mac with the mini recorder, and I don't see anyone here with a fix for it. Mute seems to work fine. Oh, yeah, it does. So all right. Man, honestly, Genevieve, what I would probably do, Blackmagic is a well-known company. I would probably hit them up on Twitter and ask them specifically, hey guys, here's what's going on. I'm using a Thunderbolt adapter or something, and it's not functioning properly, or I can't connect it, and see what they have to say about it. Maybe it's possible it's not compatible with the newest Mac update or something like that. Was it previously working? You guys are freaking funny. Either way, was it previously working and then Mac updated something? And by the way, is my voice actually matching up now, or is it still off? It's still off? All right. Well, then it might be time to wrap it up. Do we have any questions I didn't answer?
Yeah, from YT Smooth GVMT Gaming.
Well, I'm gonna answer YT's question, and then I'm gonna pop off because it seems like my voice and my audio aren't matching up, and all that stuff. It worked once, not again. Okay, man. So possibly it's not your Mac. It's possibly the unit. Still not in sync. All right. If I had to guess, I'd say that it's the unit is bad. Let's try this particular. Am I synced up here? It seems like it could be. I'm not listening to myself through my monitor, so I have no way to adjust the volume like while I'm physically on live. This is just for widgets and donations and that sort of thing. So let me answer this last question, and then we'll call it a night because I don't want to annoy you guys with out of sync audio. So let's go to the Monica cam here. All right, go.
Yes. Okay. YT says.
Your stuff's not working right either.
All right. So there could be, okay.
There's definitely something going on here. All right. Here we go. Go ahead, babe.
Are we good? YT's question says on Streamlabs, my chat messages will not come up. It says subscribers only when someone is trying to chat.
Repeat that, please.
On Streamlabs, my chat messages will not come up. It says subscribers only when someone is trying to chat.
That's weird. Oh man, I've never heard that before. That's unusual. What I would do is I would go onto Twitter and I would message Streamlabs and say, hey, look, here's what's going on. Sometimes I've had weird problems where my scenes wouldn't save after Streamlabs or something like that. So I had to go back and contact them, and they had to do something in my account to fix it.
Oh, then he wrote, sorry, not in Streamlabs, it's Twitch.
Oh, so only subscribers can talk in Twitch. Or you're only seeing the subscribers chat in Streamlabs from Twitch. I'm not sure. Let Monica do the stream. Her audio's fine. Oh, poop.
Maybe a lot of staring at the camera.
Yeah. Yeah, well, what about, I wonder if I go to this one. How about this one? Is this one in sync better? We'll just fit this to the screen and see if this one fits better. If I can fit to screen. Is that lining up any better? So you're not getting your full chat from Twitch in Streamlabs. Man, to me, that's as... And if you go into Twitch, the full chat is coming through. I think that you're going to have to go and ask the folks at Streamlabs, because if you're seeing the full chat on Twitch, it's not a Twitch problem. It's a Streamlabs problem still. They're either aggregating it or something, or you have something in your in the chat thing set up so that it's only seeing subscribers, which is weird. No, but my wife comments because she is a moderator. So this isn't in sync either. Then I know exactly what it is. Hold on. It's also out of sync. It looks like a Ferrari when it should be. Hold on. That was fun. All right, is that any better? I'll bet you that's probably better. It could be better. It might be better. It might not be better. We're going to find out in a second. I've had so many questions that I can't even answer tonight. I'm a little bit disappointed. It's Twitch. Then I would message Twitch on Twitter and ask them, tell them what the problem is, because there could be a setting somewhere on Twitch that sets it up. I'd have to go and look at my Twitch account. Let's see. Let's go back to the main screen here. Still not in sync. Man, that's really annoying. Nope, it's time to end and drink a beer. I think you're on to something, Michael. YT Smooth, do me a favor. Message me right here on Twitter, and I will look into your problem further, because I'm guessing there might be some sort of setting that we can fix. And I have to dig into the machine and find out why I am not syncing up. But hold something up. And there you go. Look at that. See, now we're not having any sync problems. I love you guys. It's been fun. I've had a long day, and so it's all right if we cut this one a little short either way. I'm hoping that I answered at least some of your questions adequately. Man, I struggled tonight. You guys were tough on me this evening. Tough on me. But I would love to continue the conversation, so direct message me on Twitter, and I will directly respond. I'm interested to see if we can figure out what your problem is with your Twitch subscriber chat just coming up. That is weird. That is weird. Thank you guys so much for coming by tonight. I really appreciate it. Hanging out with me and having this fun. Check out any of these YouTubers right here. They are awesome. Moss is amazing. Building scale models and doing it. The links are in the description. And by the way, anytime you want to interact with me, don't hesitate to message me. This is both Twitch or Twitter and Facebook, and I'm available. I'm really easy to get a hold of. I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming out and hanging out with me and all that kind of stuff. I really do appreciate it. It's been fun. Do me a favor. It's a weird time in the world, and I'm glad we could spend this hour just escaping from it. But make yourself and your neighbors feel better. Just be a nice person. Do good things. Help others as much as you can. You know, everybody wants to make the world a better place. So let's act on that and do it. I love you guys. Have a good night, and I'll see you next week on Saturday night. Take care.